Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's South Jordan Chamber BizCast. I'm so glad to have Nikki Hunter with me today, and we're going to talk about Nikki and the business. First off, welcome to BizCast. This is an important thing, and we want you to get to know the businesses that are here in South Jordan that are members of the Chamber, and we want them to be able to grow their business, and that's why we do the BizCast. So today, thank you, Nikki, for being here. And you're with Comprehensive Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. And so, but thank you for being here. So tell us what that means.
Yeah, for sure. So we opened our clinic in South Jordan just over a year ago. We were lucky enough to have Boyd Barrett, a ribbon cutting for us. And we are a group of orthopedists who we do almost everything you can think: bones, sports-related injuries, spine, everything like that.
Well, that's cool. So tell us about you have a whole lot of different little departments in there. Tell us about those different departments.
Yeah, definitely. So like I said, I have many different specialists in my clinic. I have sports med injury related people. I have orthopedic surgeons. I have disc replacement surgeons. So we have Dr. Kay, who does only disc replacement primarily. I also have a spine surgeon who does everything from your neck to your tailbone. And then I have in the basement of our building is in motion physical therapy. So, lots of patients after surgery need physical therapy, or sometimes that's our first step when you're injured, to see if you can get your injury better through that modality versus surgery, etc.
That's a whole lot of different departments. So,
yeah. We're hopping
down there. Yeah, you are hopping. And so when you walk in, you have to tell them what department they need to send you to. That's for sure. So, but I mean, what a wonderful, yes. And what a wonderful building you have. I know that you took it over and you've made it your own, and it really is impressive.
Very modern, very sleek, lots of windows. We love being there.
Yes. And it's really an awesome building. In fact, you've probably driven by it if you're going on 104th South or 106th South, depending on which end of the street you're on, up the hill, and you drive right past it as you're going west. Well, if you're going east, you're passing by it too, because it's on the north side of the street. So, well, tell us a little bit more about who you are looking for. I know you've mentioned the departments, but there are certain things that you look for.
For sure. So we can see any sports-related injuries. So I know we don't call it tennis elbow anymore. We call it pickleball elbow, because majority of the state is playing pickleball now versus we're just coming out of ski season, and it wasn't a great ski season with a lot of snow. But with that, there were more related injuries because of the conditions. It wasn't as
wow. They kept hitting the rocks.
Yeah, rocks and mud, and things weren't level like they normally are, etc. But we also see athletes of all kinds. Dr. Cooper is the head physician for the U.S. ski team, so he was just in Italy with the ski team over there. We see dancers, soccer players. We're part of Westminster as well, so we support their athletes program, do all their sports physicals, all that kind of stuff. So we see I would almost say any age of patient. I think 5 years old is our cutoff, just because we don't deal with growing bones as much as we would like to say. But we do all that. You have arthritis, you have a knee injury, you have a bad back, all that.
Well, I know that I was talking to someone at Bingham High School the other day, and they were saying that you guys have really taken care of some of the football players that got injured over the winter, and they were able to recover very quickly. So that's a great thing that you're doing there. And of course, I know you do more than just Bingham High, but that was the one I was talking to. So what can I say? Sure. Yes, well, that's cool. And of course, yes, it is pickleball elbow now, right? So, well, and it's not just sports though. It can be any kind of, you could be in an automobile accident that hurts your ankle, your foot, your other parts of your body, and you guys can help with that. That's really a cool thing too. It's not just sports. I know it says sports medicine in it, but it's comprehensive orthopedics, and that's the key. It's anything that goes along with that.
For sure. We have a lot of patients that, you have knee surgery with Dr. Cooper, but then your wrist hurts. So you start seeing Dr. Williams, or, you have carpal tunnel syndrome, but then you break your ankle. So we see another person in this. We share a lot of the same patients. And I think that's what makes us unique a little bit, is that we have all the intertwinings together. So we know that you're getting the best care you can with our partners.
One of the things I was really impressed by when we did the ribbon cutting there was you have specialists. And, like you just mentioned, several specialists, one is all about knee surgery, but, he doesn't do the elbow surgery. You have a person that does that. And even some of the knee things is a couple different people, if I remember right.
Yeah.
And then, of course, when you're talking ankles and feet, that's a different, even again. So, yes, it's all about specialists. And it's not just 4 or 5 people. How many people do you have there now?
Well, at this particular location, I have 5 physicians who rotate through there. And like you said, they all have their own little niche, what they like to do and what they're board certified and trained in. So even if you aren't seeing one of them, maybe you'll see another one in the future.
Now, do you have another location as well?
We do. We have a location in Salt Lake, right next to Holy Cross Hospital. And then we have a location in Layton on the campus of Holy Cross Davis Hospital.
Well, that's very cool. Now, you're here in South Jordan. Can you give us the address of where you are?
Absolutely. We're at 913 West Baxter Drive, and that's, like you mentioned, right off 106 South on the north side of the street.
Yep, it's on the north side. Now, this intersection you turn into is just west of your building. And then you have to go past a car wash and a mechanic shop. And then the mechanics they come over to get work done too. I'm just kidding. But yes, it's very easy to get to. And so I'm very impressed with what you've done. Can you give us a phone number? If somebody wants to get a hold of you, how can they get a hold of you phone-wise?
Absolutely. So our phone number is 801-903-5688.
Repeat that, would you? Yeah, sorry.
801-903-5688.
Good. Okay. And then can you give us the web address so they can look up and see all the different things that are going on there?
Absolutely. It's COMP, C-O-M-P as in Paul, orthosports.org.
Okay. Could you repeat that one more time just to make sure?
C-O-M-P as in Paul, orthosports.org.
Okay, good. All right. Any last things that you think we really need to know about so that we can share what you're doing?
Absolutely. I would say, with our clinic, we have typically next day availability. So if you're injured out on the field, like you mentioned, you step down the stairs wrong or whatever that looks like, we can typically put you in the next day with any of our physicians.
Great. Well, this has been awesome. Thank you so much for being on our BizCast today for the South Jordan Chamber. Thank you, everyone, for listening in, and watch for another issue here in a few weeks.